Welcome. Yesterday's NBA news are here from the 6th of July, as we actually finally had a really interesting day around the NBA. And let's get into it, as we are starting with the Sacramento Kings acquiring DeMar DeRozan in a sign and trade with the Spurs and the Bulls. He signs a 3-year, $74 million deal with the Kings and joins obviously De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis in their push to compete in the Western Conference. Harrison Barnes is going in this deal to the to the San Antonio Spurs, and Chris Duarte and 2 second-round picks are going to the Chicago Bulls, which is an interesting return for sure because Duarte is not even that young, right? Even though he came into the league not that long ago, he obviously came in older as more of a finished product that could help you right now. I guess the Bulls at least can take a swing on him, but it's kind of tough that they couldn't at least get Kevin Herder, for example, who was heavily rumored to be involved in this sign and trade. But this is a really great deal for the Kings, right? They get an offensive upgrade. Uh, one of the best still offensive scorers, ISO scorers in the league, one of the better offensive talents in the league in DeMar DeRozan, to add to their already, offensive talented roster, but Harrison Barnes last year was pretty much left wide open most of the time, and obviously DeMar DeRozan will garner way more attention. The three-point shooting will be obviously a little questionable with this team, but the offensive upgrade is just so clear that it should not matter. The thing is, I just don't think the Kings can really make noise anyway, but maybe they'll prove me wrong. And it's not about DeMar. I think it's more about Sabonis for me. And if I'm keeping it, if I'm being completely honest. So we'll see how that works. But obviously, DeMar had a really good year with the Bulls last season, 24, 4 and 5 on 48, 33, 85 splits in 79 games, which I've pretty much said like for 10 days straight, I'm pretty sure. But shout out to DeMar getting a good deal essentially back in, back home, quote unquote, and it's a really good deal for the Kings to try and get better here. We'll see if they can pull off some other moves, but even if they don't, I think this makes them better no matter what, and we'll see how better that is obviously in this upcoming season. As Harrison Barnes, like I said, is headed to San Antonio. I mean, they get someone established NBA role player, established NBA veteran to play with Wemby, right? Chris Paul. I think that's a solid get for the Spurs. We'll see how much playing time he gets around the young guys, but I mean, I think he's a solid fit for San Antonio, and they are stacking up, man. I'm really liking what the Spurs are doing overall. Hey, this year, Chris Paul and Wemby, we'll see what the hell happens, right? And I think they can go for it then. Which, man, it will be scary. I think they are playing their hands very smart so far, the Spurs that are. And Chris Duarte, like I said, to the Bulls. Yeah, that's one of the parts of the deal. And the Bulls are one of the organizations in the NBA, unfortunately. Anyway, actual deals without trades. Miles Bridges returning to the Charlotte Hornets on a 3-year, $75 million deal. He averaged 21, 7, and 3 on 46, 35, 82 and a half splits in 69 games with the Hornets last season. And yeah, I've said my piece. I guess I'm happy he's staying with Charlotte. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. He's a good ball player, unfortunately. Then Dario Saric is heading to the Denver Nuggets on a 2-year, $10.6 million deal. He joins from the Warriors, who, he averaged with the Warriors 8, 4, and 2 on 47, 38, 85 splits in 64 games last season. Had a really good start to the year. Then, obviously, personal, uh, just things happened in life, and he was not the same. I think this is a good deal for him. Has to play with Jokic in that system. I think that he can thrive with there. And hey, he's a really good offensive player, which I don't know if that's what the Nuggets necessarily need, but it's good that they got another bench body, bench big body that they can play, which obviously last year the bench was an issue in and of itself for Denver. So that's a good deal. Shout out to Lisco. Uh, hope she's doing well. It's been some tough moments on Twitter for her, for, well, variety of reasons. Anyway, it is what it is. The next up is Simone Fontecchio, who returns to the Detroit Pistons on a 2-year, $16 million deal. He averaged 10.5, 4, and 1.5 on 46, 40, 82 splits in 66 games with the Pistons last season. Shooting for the Pistons, they get more shooting and familiar face returns, which is nice. He had a really good stint with the Pistons. So I think that's a good deal for them. Jordan McLaughlin is signing a 1-year deal with the Sacramento Kings. He averaged 3.5, 1 and 2 on 48, 47, 72 splits in 56 games with the Timberwolves last season. And he joined Sacramento as a bench point guard, which, hey, I think that's solid get for the Kings. Not nothing substantial, but obviously filling out the roster with solid NBA players is what you need. And that's what the Kings are doing. Landry Shamet is heading to the free agent market as Washington declined his $11 million options, which makes sense. Why the hell was Landry Shamet even, offered a $11 million team option in the first place is my question. But he averaged 7, 1 and 1 on 43, 34, 86, 83 splits in 46 games. Pardon me. I'm a little all over the place, clearly. And we'll see which team takes a flyer on him, as he's still, a shooter, I guess. Devontae Graham was traded to the Hornets with a second-round pick from the Spurs and waived by the Hornets. So he heads to the free agent market. We'll see if any team wants to take a swing on him. Pokuševski and Davis Bertans both waived by the Charlotte Hornets. We'll see if Pokuševski gets another try in the league, since he has some potential still, right, in terms of size and length. But maybe it's time to head back to Europe. And Davis Bertans, we'll see if he wants to take another swing at being a shooter for a team in the league, or if he heads back to Europe himself, as he found out during Latvia's Olympic qualification match or Olympic preparation match. I don't know which one is it actually. And he did not care for a bit. Which, to be fair, being waived by the Charlotte Hornets has to be a blessing in a way. So we'll see if he gets a deal with somebody else at the end of the day. And then we head into some coaching and deal news. LeBron's deal was lowered to like 101.3 million on 2-year in that 2-year deal that he agreed upon with the Lakers. And the Lakers, with that involvement, are under the second apron, which means they are more flexible, obviously, with the cap and with everything essentially during this new anti-Warriors CBA, which CJ McCollum and Grant Williams did brilliantly. Shout out to them. And the coaching changes are Sidney Lowe is joining JB Bickerstaff's staff in Detroit, and they work together in Cleveland. So yeah, he's just heading to his guy, I guess. We'll see how good that things go in Detroit, obviously. And Johnny Bryant becomes associate head coach with the Cleveland Cavaliers, joining Kenny Atkinson's staff. He spent the last 4 years with the Knicks, highly regarded, both with the Knicks and with the Utah Jazz prior. So this is a really good coaching get for the Cavaliers, and somewhat a tough loss for the Knicks in a way, but obviously nothing too substantial in a way. But still a loss for the Knicks, and I like this for the Cavaliers. I like the coaching retooling they've done. We'll see if they make some actual, trades or anything like that. Maybe try to get rid of Georges Niang, but his contract will not allow it probably. So we'll see what the Cavs can do. But I like Cleveland for next season with these coaching changes if they are able to be healthy finally for a year, which, well, all of their players have just not been. And the last news and the last bit of news from the NBA is that the Summer League California Classic started, which obviously there are some notable players playing in there. Dalton Knecht for the Lakers. He's the 17th pick. Bronny James, 55th pick with the Lakers. I wonder who he's related to. Bronny had a really good, defensive showing in a way. Obviously, offensively, both him and Knecht struggled. But I mean, don't look too much into Summer League. Just go watch it, right? It's guys that want to show out for the league, want to figure out in the league playing, completely different than the NBA playing style. And I mean, it's fun. At the end of the day, it's basketball for those that want it. Obviously, I would recommend watching the WNBA instead. But if you have time for both, or if you just don't care for the women's game, hey, that's your choice. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna force you to do it, right? So the Lakers have these two guys there. Adonis Arms with the Kings had an incredible game against them. He had 32, 11, and 5 with 2 blocks and was 12 of 17 from the field. He played with the G League last season. Kelal Ware with the Heat, 15 pick. had really good rim protection against the Warriors, even though they got absolutely crushed. The whole Warriors team was really solid. Reese Beekman is the name to watch, obviously, because he signed a two-way as a defensive guy for the Warriors. He had a solid outing. Obviously, Pat Spencer is there, who the Warriors fans knows from last year, if they paid any attention. And there are some other guys you could watch. I think Marquis Bolden is a name that was in the league, obviously. So the Warriors G League team, I mean, G League, Summer League California Classic team did some good things, but obviously uh, there are no, there is no Quinton Post for the Summer League, and no Pots or tries yet, which I'm pretty sure they are on the Las Vegas Summer League team, but we'll see how that works out. Nick Smith Jr. also played with the Hornets. Just Summer League team, he was the 27th pick last year, and he was 4 of 17 from the field. But another guy to watch, Stefan Castle with the Spurs, 4th pick this season, obviously. 4 of 12 in his first game, but had some really good defensive moment. The energy is there. I like him a lot. So you can check those guys out if you want, or if you just want to watch some basketball. And just like that, Summer League is here. More games today. You have some who is playing. I'm pretty sure Las Vegas Aces are playing against someone tonight. I'm not sure who actually. I don't remember all the shit. There is baseball. There is tennis. There is everything. And if you want to watch sports, it's a great time to do it. Olympics around the way. Summer is here. Just go outside if you don't want to watch sports, right? Uh, okay, just do whatever the fuck you want with your life at the end of the day. Just be empathetic and try to be understanding, and yeah, look in the face of the oppressors. Okay, whatever. Be kind to yourself and to others. Love yourself as much as possible. And tomorrow I'll obviously be back with some NBA news. Hopefully, we get more on the bigger things happening around the league, or at least some small moves. Anyway, thank you all. Bye.